So troubles and trials. Our class is getting close to the end, but the troubles and trials probably are not. So somebody tell me what you think troubles and trials feels or looks or seems like in real time. Real time, daily, right here, right now realities. And that's when the things the Lord's sharing with us, that's when it's real. It's the classroom is, a cup of coffee, a nice book. It just has such a vibe to it. Jesus, he came in a manger. When he popped into reality as the Son of God, he was in a barn. He was born with the cows and the poop and the straw and the dirt and the rejection, and there's no mom and dad, Mary and Joseph. They had to get there. I mean, come on. I don't care how many Christmas story movies or skits we've seen. She was 9 months pregnant with the Son of God, riding on a donkey. Now, check engine lights, one level. Donkey, however many miles it is from Nazareth to Jerusalem, or to Bethlehem. That's on a donkey as 9 months pregnant. No quick stop. No coffee break. It's whatever they did, I don't know. And then they get there. And of course, their life is supposed to have meaning. God's supposed to be using them in his eternal plan. This is Mary and Joseph with Jesus inside of Mary. God told them they were part of his purpose in the earth, but whoever it is, Herod is just making everybody come and get a census. That can't be of God. All authority can't be of God. If the king at the time when Jesus was born requires his mom while she's still pregnant to take a donkey journey of many dangerous miles to go just to be counted, wouldn't you say, let's do a picket fence against the king? This is so not Jesus. I mean, really think about it. If you were Joseph, and the guy who's king, the leader in the land, is making you take her on a donkey 9 months pregnant, you've got enough on your plate knowing that she's going to have the Son of God, and it just doesn't even make sense to your brain. That's a trouble and trial right there. That's enough for you to deal with, right? This crazy thing that's happened to you. Now you're responsible for it. And then God allows the crazy king to make you have to travel with her on a donkey for however many miles just so you can be counted. But the census, is a census just the most stupid, trivial, earthly, just to get your name? Just can't we send in something? You got to make her go on a donkey? And then you get there. And I know the story is so common that we can't feel it as real. There is nowhere that will let this pregnant woman that's been on a donkey for how many miles with the Son of God in her just lay down. Nowhere. You're running around. There's nowhere. How can this be God? And then she starts going into labor. She's going to have to take him. Troubles and trials. What the heck? So you just go, okay, God, I guess I don't even know, man. You got a place where we can sleep in the doghouse, like in the dirt in the backyard where it's freezing, but we'll be in the straw. And she's going to have a baby with the animals in the backyard where they keep the dogs and right? At this point, how's your faith doing, Joseph? And we know the end from the beginning here, so it doesn't resonate like it would if we were Joseph. I'd love to see that Christmas story movie from the inside. And so Jesus, the first time he pops down here in the flesh, he pops in the middle of those circumstances. His mom, the vessel he came out of, just went through that. Joseph just had that. God said it was prophesied. But what's prophesied? That Jesus comes forth through tribulation. We go, it's prophesied that he'll be born in Bethlehem, Judah, where the city of David, and a child shall be born, and a son shall be given, and the angels and the holy, and no. Yes, it was going to be in Bethlehem, Judah, the city of David, yeah. But what is the spirit of prophecy saying? He's coming in the midst of all that. He comes, he's birthed out of the tribulation. He manifests in the middle of the troubles and trials. It's in those places that he shows up in the flesh, your flesh. But there has to be a heart that says, Jesus is about to be born in the middle of this. I'm not just submitting to an evil king or an evil boss that's costing me the life of Jesus in me because I can't ride on a donkey for 600 miles because that's not right. Who would allow this? Jesus isn't going to be born in that attitude. Something in us has to say, God, my Father, is bringing forth his Son, and he's using, there's the all things. He's using all things. And maybe Satan is tempting me to just get mad at God through this. And maybe God's testing me to see if my faith will be with him through it. And maybe it's a time of tribulation to bring forth Christ instead of bad attitudes and glorify the Father through the Jesus that's going to come out of me. It's not me, but it's him. Or it's just an affliction that I can either choose to bear with Jesus or just get disgruntled and everybody goes through them, common affliction. It's all wrapped up in one. But we get confused if it's just evil King Herod. Then all I'm going to do is get a sense of injustice, and I'm right and King Herod's wrong, and I'm just going to rebel and revolt and have an attitude and stew and talk and complain and release all kinds of stuff. That's just Herod. Forget the pregnant wife, the 900-mile journey, the stable, the no place to inn. That's just Herod. But we take it one stepping stone at a time. How many people have a King Herod in their life or at their job, or there's something that they're just not what we would say Jesus. It's just not Jesus to require me to do that with Christ in me. Like Mary. Joseph had a choice. He's either going to go, God, you're using all things. God, you're in control. Lord, you're bringing forth your Son. And get on God's journey. Or get on the picket line with a big injustice sign around the front door of the workplace and just start rebelling against what God's trying to do in bringing forth his Son in us. I mean, it's our heart that does that. Sometimes we take it all the way to physical. Sometimes it moves actually from what was the grumblings of our hearts to we actually manifest it. It starts coming out of our mouth and we start doing things. That's when it gets dangerous because now we're birthing. We are birthing the fruit of something that's not Jesus. And that's when it starts getting you. It's your fruit now. So you want to, when that starts happening, you want to back it up and say, Lord, I don't want to be confused anymore. Or I don't want to move from confusion to indignation and just, right? Because these things can make us go crazy. They can work our last nerve. I want it to be real, guys. This class isn't worth a thing if it's not real. This stuff will push you beyond your measure. As Paul said, pressed beyond measure so that I would trust in the God who raises the dead. We're the dead. But Christ is the life that is the resurrection out of us. And so that has to be more real. How many people have a situation, and this is what I feel like the Spirit of God's wanting to do. How many people have a situation in here that God has allowed in your life right now during the Troubles and Trials class that is working your last nerve? Just be honest. God can move if you're real. I do. I always do. Gosh, it always seems like I do. Is there ever a time I don't? But it's real. I'm not just... And you kind of feel like the devil's trying to rob me of the Jesus that, this is the devil, this is Herod robbing me and my wife and my Jesus and my destiny. And it's been hard enough getting out of Nazareth. Everybody thinks she's crazy. Can you imagine just the circus of confusion that went off in Joseph's brain? How many times that guy had acid indigestion over Herod? Just Herod. It gets you on the inside. It's real. You feel it. You feel it. You walk around and it's in there. Oh, you're crying. You're anxiety ridden. We're all there together. We all, troubles and trials, they reach us where we live. We all get to experience it in the real way. We get to feel it on the inside and the outside. It's us right now in the earth, walking through it with Jesus. So we've all been given a gift right now of somebody, something, internal, external, both, whatever. Remember, we start with the external, the internal. There's something in my life, your life, our lives, that is just that, a trouble and trial. And God's trying to, we know it's part of the all things, because we can just hug it all up into that to bring forth Christ. But when we can start identifying it in the real life situation. For example, if I got out of this class and then after class, I walked right into my trouble and trial. And it's one thing to go, oh my gosh, look at, here I am, just, I'm going through it, man, and I can't get out of it. We've all been there. But it's another thing to not even realize this is that. But that's a first step, even if your spirit is sour, to go, this is that, Lord. This is that. This isn't out of control. This isn't just random. This isn't just a horrible circumstance or an unjust person. This is that. And what is that ultimately? An opportunity to bring forth Jesus. Amen.